Who, what, when, where, how, and why. A recap of me at 30. Fair warning, there is a ton of footage of strobing lights throughout this for those who are light sensitive, so just a heads up. That said, my name is Michael, and I'm still the data coordinator for the San Francisco Environment Department. I'm about 30 and change by the time that this is recorded and published, and I'd say I'm towards the middle of my career or possibly the beginning of the end, depending on what my long-term potential with the city shapes up to be. I'm still based in the South Bay of Northern California, and recently I'm caught between being super excited about life and super stressed, so pretty much par for the course if you've been around for a while. I feel super excited because 30s is, it's kind of a big deal. Third decade, finally done with my young adult 20s, and I'm honestly in the career path that I dreamt of when I was a kid, these are all great and exciting things. But on the flip side, I live in the Bay, and for better or worse, I'm just consumed by hustle culture and thinking that I'm never doing enough, which is super toxic, and I know I should likely return to therapy, but that's the hand that I'm dealing with right now, and my ego says I'm going to try and see it through. But life recently has been like trying to carry clothes out of the dryer without a basket, and every couple of steps, maybe I've dropped something, so I'm awkwardly trying to shuffle back to get it, and I'm trying my hardest not to drop anything else, and sometimes this works, but sometimes I end up dropping more things, and the end result is I just refuse to do this in anything other than one trip. So, yeah. Actually, in a weird way, this is the most consistent part of life for me, is this balancing act of organized chaos. I'm never truly content with what I've got going on, but I'm also never so stressed that I'm willing to leave things behind. And I've continued to challenge myself professionally and personally. I'm doing things I'm fairly confident will continue to benefit me in the long run, but I think this is starting to weigh on me because I know that life is meant to be lived, and I feel like I'm just working on the metrics and the back end support that is meant for bettering a future version of myself who will likely never truly appreciate it and likely be as future oriented as I am, which in the end means that no version of me will ever truly just enjoy living in the moment. And that's hilarious because I went to a bunch of shows this year, and this is very much like being at a concert or a festival and being so consumed with making sure you're having a good time that you're staying hydrated, that your friends are nearby, that everything is good, but you don't end up actually enjoying the time that you're trying to make sure you're enjoying, which is insanity. That's crazy. And I don't know. Ultimately, I think while I've been able to distract myself a little bit every now and then, I haven't really filled my cup meaningfully in a while, and I think this is starting to wear me down. The final thing that's been in my headspace recently is a talk I had with my mom regarding sleep. I never seemed to get enough of it, and I always operated like it was fuel for my body that I could just substitute with food if I was short. And maybe that worked in my 20s, but recently I had a night where I got little to no sleep, and I honestly felt worse than if I had a hangover. And I was talking about this with my mom, and she said you can't replace the sleep that you miss, and that there's a finite number of hours that you'll ever get to sleep in life. And for some reason, this was novel for me to grasp now, and I'm realizing that even though I've always known that I've wanted to get more sleep and that I should get more sleep, I'm very much physically understanding that I need to make this happen, and that this isn't something that I should compromise on out of considerations for my long-term health. So, yeah, I don't know. For what it's worth, I do love life right now, right? Like, I have a wonderful girlfriend, I have 2 dogs, my family is great, my friends are amazing, and I'm very much able to squeeze in shows and trips among the chaos of my day-to-day grind, right? Like, very much, definitely, absolutely, no questions asked. Everything I just complained about is a first world problem. So, woof. Here's to hoping that my manic personality will get out of the way enough for me to truly live and enjoy this life this year, because I've busted my ass for this, Not the funnest close to this year's video, but hoping that this tough love will be good for my 30s. As always, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you next year. Bye, friends.